This is the vlog for June 2nd, 2018, and I did not realize how tired I was until I sat down. I've had quite an eventful day. So I agreed late yesterday afternoon to help with my parents. They were doing a garage sale to make room for the renovation they're going to do. And so I had to be up early because the garage sale started at 9. And in fact, I was there before 9, and my mom made her first sale before 9. She was selling mostly old sewing machines that she wasn't going to have room for anymore. Both of them commented that I could do worse than follow their example and get rid of some of the old figures that I have, but I did not put anything up for sale. A garage sale really isn't the ideal place to sell that stuff anyway. The people that are really going to pay good money for it are going to be buying online through eBay or other sites, and I'm not very eBay savvy, I guess. I still don't think I ever got $40 back from a crummy eBay sale that I got suckered into. Masterpiece Optimus Prime was never going to be $40. When I eventually did get Masterpiece Optimus Prime, it was $200, and I still consider that a bargain considering the base price for that unit is $220. So that's what I did, and I hung around to help out whenever they needed me to move stuff, help set up the tent that my dad has, and taking it back down again, carrying a table that they tried to sell and did not sell, carrying that from the house and back into the house. So I was getting a bit of a workout, but I did not go this morning because I didn't have time to go for a walk before the sale started. So I just went for a walk. I parked down at the landing and I walked along the lake and then turned around and walked back. And I watched the sunset. And for a moment I was thinking, have I ever really watched a sunset before? But I have. I can think of at least one time where I've watched the sunset, and it was in the best place to possibly watch the sunset on Earth, in my opinion, which is Waikiki Beach on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. And it's incredible because Kalakaua Avenue, which runs the length of the beach, in fact the whole southern coast of Oahu, well, not the entire coast, but the most of it. Kalakaua Avenue runs the length of Waikiki Beach. I should just say that. But I still have pictures on my phone from that trip, and I took panoramic shots of the beach as the sun was setting and right after sunset when all the lights come on. But it is a startling thing to live in a place that is so full of light pollution that you've probably never seen a truly dark night there in your life, except for the few times when the power goes out for the entire region after a really bad storm. Then you get some real darkness. And even then, if there's any kind of moonlight, it tends to illuminate the clouds that are left over by such a storm, and you still get quite a bit of light at night. So it takes a power outage and a new moon to get real darkness. On the other hand, while Honolulu itself is a city full of lights, 1 million people live there, and it's not exactly the city that never sleeps, but it's a city that definitely doesn't go out, doesn't lights out. But that said, I was shocked one morning when I went out at the very crack of dawn. Must have been like 4:30 in the morning. For me, it was 6 or 7:30 because of the time difference. So I felt ready to go and got up and went to Starbucks. And as I walked along the beach, being very careful to avoid the many homeless people that sleep along the beach at night, I was astounded at the absolute darkness of the water at a time when there was no sun and there was no moon. The moon had already gone down, and most of the night lights were turning off in preparation for the day. It was so dark, I couldn't see the line where the horizon should be. I couldn't see that single cut where the ocean and the sky meet. It was nothing but infinite darkness as far as the eye could see in that direction. And the juxtaposition of that image of such utter blackness as I've never ever seen anywhere else in my life versus the beauty of the sun setting in the western sky, the southwestern sky, is just, it doesn't feel like it can be the same place. And because the sun sets on that side of the island, you never see the sun rise really from Waikiki because the whole island is a mountain of sorts. And so by the time the sun gets up past that mountain, the sun has technically been up for 45 minutes or an hour. And I sat and I watched the sun come up one day over Diamond Head, which is this wonderful crater that I never walked up while I was there, but is a tourist attraction for just about everybody that goes to Oahu. I actually watched the sunrise from the ocean, which is sort of something that, it's a really cool idea, but I was by myself when I went to Hawaii. And so the logistics of trying to keep like my room key and my wallet, well, I left my wallet in the room, but I still had my room key, which the clerks assured me was waterproof. But I think I eventually said, can I leave this with you, go down the beach and then come back, get my key and then go back to my room? And they were like, yeah, that's pretty normal. But even though all I had was my sandals, my shirt, and my towel on the beach, I still was so afraid that some stranger was going to come along and grab it for no reason other than, hey, no one's here, while I was off, dunking my head under the ocean. And the water before sunrise, as it turns out, is very dark. So it was very hard to see what could possibly be in the water. Oh, and by the way, the water on the beach in Hawaii is quite warm year-round, except at dawn in March. It was very cold. It was probably like below 70 degrees. And that doesn't sound particularly cold, but water in the 60s is cold. Anybody that swims a lot can tell you that. It warms up throughout the day, but I wanted to go when there wasn't anybody at the beach. I wanted to go when I could, safely leave my stuff there and keep an eye on it, even though I was swimming. So I didn't have that much fun. It was the only swimming I did the whole trip. But while swimming at dawn wasn't the most pleasant thing, watching the sun go down, illuminating the whole ocean, only to be replaced with this glittering semi-light until even that disappeared into darkness later in the night. That was something that I will never forget and makes me want to go back. If I could go back to Hawaii, I would do it in a heartbeat, but it was a very expensive trip. Taking a 2-month break where I'm not getting a lot of money the whole time means that I can only do that trip, maybe twice a decade if I'm really lucky. So Maybe 2021. We'll see. Anyway, I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.